96.1 WMTR.
Archbold Wasion.
Larry Christie back live once again with Neil Spangler as we get ready to tip this one off at Archbold High School. Final home game for the Archbold seniors. Delta seniors winding up their home season last weekend against Springfield. Delta, of course, plays tomorrow night against the Evergreen Vikings. It'll be their final regular season game. Archbold's final regular season game next Tuesday night against North Central. That was originally scheduled for next Thursday night, but has been moved to next Tuesday night. Officials for tonight's game are Mike Recker of Delphus, Dave Van Sossen of Fort Jennings. Our broadcast tonight also brought to you in part by Childress Collision, Main Street and Delta, offering complete collision repair, painting, and 24-hour towing. Hook up with Childress Collision, 822-4848. Starting lineup now for the Panthers of Mike Brickner, Matt Vaughn, a 6'1 junior at 6.6, Nate Ross, 6'2 senior at 9.7, Eric Hoyer, a 6' senior at 9.8, Ruben Delgado, a 5'11 senior at 9.3, and Brian Slagle, a 6'2 senior at 8.7. Very unusual, Blue, in that all 5 Delta starters, when they start their smaller lineup, all 5 are capable of going out and hitting the threes.
Well, we've seen Delta 4 or 5 times this year, Larry. In addition, we do Archbold quite a bit, but I'm impressed with them every time. They shoot well, and this should be a good game tonight. If Delta gets the ball up and down the court, so do the Bluestreaks. Archbold with a little height advantage inside there with Delaney and Dovslinger, but we've seen Delta, I think, at their very best every time we've seen them play. They beat Wasion twice. We saw them against Swan. We saw them against Hilltop. They played very well, but we've seen them, and I really like Delta. They got a good chance, I think, of their tournament draw. And it's going to be a good game tonight because both teams get up and down the court and both teams can score.
Starting lineup now for the home-standing Bluestreaks. They'll go with Chad Knopfsinger, a 6'5 junior at 8.6 points, 5.3 rebounds. Ryan Meyer, a 6'2 freshman at 6.6. Joe Delaney, a 6'7 senior at 15.2. Eric Greaser, a 5'11 junior at 7.8. And Aaron Kaufman, a 5'10 senior at 8.1. Archbold seniors being introduced as well, along with the starters Joe Emch, and Tad Ashman and Kurt Broadbeck, all seniors making their final home appearance here this evening. Panthers of Mike Bricker on the floor. The Bluestreaks of Doug Krause getting final instructions. They'll come out in a moment right here. We'll get it tipped off. No reason to think that this won't be a very good ball game. The seniors are going to start tonight. He's going to start his seniors. Tad Ashman, Joe Delaney, Kurt Broadbeck, Joe Emch, and Tad Ashman. So Doug Krause is going to start his seniors here this evening. Matt Vaughn will jump center with Joe Delaney. Here's the tap controlled by the Bluestreaks. Kurt Broadbeck with the ball now. Going to the right side. Flips it out front to Aaron Kaufman. Flips now on the wing now. Here's the pass to Delaney. Double team. Back out to 4-3. Broadbeck's got it up, no good. Rebound cleared off by Eric Hoyer. Hoyer gives the ball up to Matt Vaughn. Over to Slagle on the left wing. To Ruben Delgado out front. Back over to Slagle. His three is from long range, up and in. Brian Slagle hits the three. 3-0 Panthers. Kaufman penetrates a bit. He's cut off now. Bouncing down low to Delaney inside. Flips over to Ashman on the baseline. He's out of bounds. So the Bluestreaks guilty of the turnover. Ah. 7:18 to... With the ball now, Matt Vaughn brings it up the floor now for the Panthers. Around to the right side to Slagle inside Delgado. His 5-footer won't go. Rebounded by Broadbeck. Outlet bounce coming over to Kaufman. Kaufman flips the ball away. Tried to go down low for Joe Emch. So the Bluestreaks with their senior starters out there really struggling out of the gate. Played 58 seconds. Archbold's got a couple of turnovers. Have the Panthers, though, only with a 3-point lead at 3-0 on Brian Slagle's three-pointer. Going right side, here's a pass inside now. A little turnaround shot put up and good by Nate Roth. There's Kaufman bringing it up the floor slowly now for the Bluestreaks. 6:43 to go. Kurt Broadbeck on the right side now. He's going to fire a three. It's airborne, up and good. Kurt Broadbeck. 5-3. Matt Vaughn. Bouncing right side now over to Eric Oyer. Oyer to the baseline. Back on the wing. It goes over to Roth. Open 17-foot jumper. Bounces off. No good. Rebound Delgado. May have been over the back of Aaron Kaufman, and Rubin will be whistled for the first foul of the ball game. This one coming at the 6:16 mark. Quarter number 1. It's 5-3 Delta. So Kurt Broadbeck will inbound the ball to Aaron Kaufman. Tad Ashman, Joe Emps, the forwards, Joe Delaney at center, the guards, Aaron Kaufman at the point, the wing is Kurt Broadbeck. Right side pass goes over to Broadbeck on the wing now. Flips high post to Delaney, around to the left side, Kaufman has it. Kaufman on top, Broadbeck penetrating, pump fake, 10-foot jumper up, no good, but he draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Kurt Broadbeck has the only Archbold bucket, the 3-point bomb. So Matt Vaughn picks up the foul. Kurt Broadbeck will go to the charity stripe. He's only a 47% free throw shooter, 9 out of 19 on the year. Pushes it up off the mark, no good. Delta 5, Archbold 3. 5:57 to go here in the first period. Second toss airborne, off, no good. Delaney with a rebound, put back up and good. So though Broadbeck missed them both, Archbold got the putback from Joe Delaney, who was averaging just under 10 rebounds a game. 5 apiece. Vaughn with it now for Delta. Picked up by Broadbeck, man-to-man, left side over to Oyer. Eric flips it out on top to Slagle. He'll go right side, Delgado deep in the wing. Delgado penetrates, pulls up baseline 10-footer, partially blocked. Rebound tipped around, picked up by Archbold's Broadbeck. He'll sprint it down the floor. Right side over to Kaufman on the wing, covered up. Lob in now, Delaney goes in, little spin move, 8-footer up, no good, but boy, he was fouled. Matt Vaughn got him across the arm, and I think maybe Eric Oyer got him as well. Delta going to double team as much as they can. Big Curtis Kramer's going to check into the lineup. That gives Delta an even matchup size-wise with Delaney, replacing Matt Vaughn, who's quickly picked up a second foul. Joe Delaney will go to the line to shoot 2. Delaney, again, as we've talked about all year, just unbelievable improvement from a year ago. His free throw up and in. He's got a number of small colleges looking at him now. Joe, about a 68% free throw shooter, so that free throw percentage, while not great, has come up over the second half of the season. He has 3 points. Archbold takes a 1-point lead. Second one up and good. Archbold will substitute. Normal starters coming in now are Brian Meyer, Chad Knopfsinger, and Eric Greaser, as the Blue Streak fans give their seniors a big hand, as Doug Krause starting his 5 seniors here tonight, and the seniors gave Archbold a 2-point lead at 7-5. Delgado inbounding now to Nate Roth, back to Delgado. Delgado brings it up the floor, up and over the timeline. Right side over to Slagle. Looking in for Kramer now, nothing doing. Back out Oyer on the wing. Eric cut off there, flips over to Kramer. Kramer, he's back out in the perimeter. Out front for Slagle. Archbold man-to-man defense as usual. Outside Roth, 3-point bomb on the way. Bounces, no good. Delaney with a rebound. Outlet over to Kaufman. He'll race it up the floor. Going to stop top of the key, left side over to Meyer, the Archbold freshman, crossover dribble, baseline, penetrates, goes in, up, no good. Rebounded by Big Curtis Kramer of Delta, who just reached out with a big left paw and pulled it in. Right side Roth, baseline around Delaney, goes to the hole, puts it up a little firm, gets his own rebound, back up and in. Nate Roth with 4. 7 apiece. Kaufman up the floor. High post, Delaney around to the right side to Greaser. He'll bounce down low now. Knopfsinger inside, back outside. Meyer open for 3. Let's fly and hits. Brian Meyer gets the 3. Archbold leads 10-7 at the 4:18 mark of the first period. Archbold's going to put on a little man-to-man pressure. Inbounds pass going now to Brian Slagle. Back over to Delgado. Delgado brings it up as Kaufman drops back into Archbold's half-court man. Delgado top of the key now. He's got some quick to him. Rubin goes to the right side over down to Kramer. Kramer looking inside, nothing doing. He needs some help here. Almost 5-second call. Foul line. Oyer's jumper up, no good. Kicks outside. Delgado has it back. Over down to Oyer down the lane. We've got a whistle and a reaching foul on Brian Meyer of Archbold. His first team's first. 3:53 mark, period number 1. Both teams obviously blue. These are 2 of the most improved teams from last year to this year.
Can't believe that. Both teams playing well, get up and down the court fast, and
Inside Oyer now gets loose, lays it up and in. Off the inbounds pass. Good job by the Panthers. They draw to within a point at 10-9. Kaufman up the floor and over the timeline, goes right side over to Greaser. Greaser on the wing. Looking in now, nothing doing. Back out front. Big Chad Knopfsinger back over to Greaser. Greaser guarded by Slagle. He'll bounce high post to Delaney. Left side now over to Knopfsinger. Knopfsinger on top. Kaufman. Long three, airborne by Aaron, won't go. Rebound tipped around. A couple of blue streaks over to Greaser. Wing jumper off glass. 14-footer, no good. Rebound. Knopfsinger back up and in. Just happened to end up in his hands off the deflection and an easy lay-in for Chad Knopfsinger of Archbold. 12-9. Delgado with it for Delta. 3-point blue streak lead. Panthers in command. In control right here. Right side over to Slagle. Slagle on top. Oyer. Eric. Flips over right side Slagle. Slagle on the wing. Guarded there closely by Meyer. Flips baseline now. Going in is Delgado. A little turnaround up. Partially blocked. Rebounded by Delaney, who got a hand on the shot. Kaufman brings it up quickly. Left side Greaser baseline. Stops. Pops from 10. Short of the mark. No good. Rebound tips out to Delgado. Rubin brings it up quickly up the right side, but doesn't have the numbers and sets it up now for the Panthers. Kaufman has him out of the Archbold man-to-man. Delgado just dribbling deep out on the wing. Now going to the right side. Does a little penetrating. No 5-second call to the wing. On top, Kramer out of the left side. Slagle, pump fake, goes in, pass down low. Didn't see it, but it bounces right into the hands of Delgado off the head, I believe, of Nate Roth, and an Eddie rated easy 2 for Ruben Delgado. Archbold 12, Deldo 11. 2:03 to go here in the first period. Kaufman, left side to Greaser. Greaser swings it out to Kaufman now. Kaufman back over to Greaser on the wing. Bounce pass inside, a dangerous one. We're going to have a whistle and a foul. And just wait and see here. They call Curtis Kramer perhaps for a push from behind, I think. And apparently that will be the call. His first, team's fourth. Delta trying to double up down low on Joe Delaney. Aaron Kaufman will inbound. Archbold guards have been scoring a little more as of late, but tonight so far, Kaufman and Greaser no points. Inbounds pass and a foul on Nate Roth. And boy, this one brings Mike Brickner up unhappy. Nate coming in, good hustle play by Roth, trying to slap it away, and he's called for a push. Inbounding here is Kaufman. Kaufman deep into the corner to Meyer. Meyer shoots it out front for Kaufman. High post through the hands of Delaney. Picked up in the corner by Greaser. In for Knopfsinger. Goes off his hands and out of bounds. So Archbold guilty of the violation. Their third turnover. Delgado inbounding against full court pressure to Slagle. Minute 40 to go, first period. 12-11 Archbold. Slagle dribbles up. Whoop, he lost the dribble. He'll be called for a travel. Just mishandled the dribble that time. Second Panther turnover. So the teams exchange turnovers here in a span of about 5 seconds. With a minute 35 to go, Archbold with the ball and a 1-point lead. Quarter number 1 at Archbold High School. High post bounce goes now to Delaney. Delaney around to the left side. Greaser, long bomb on the way. Bounces off, no good. Delgado from the weak side with a good rebound. Delgado up the floor. Looking to the left side. Swings over there. Oyer to the baseline. 12-foot push shot up. Bounces no good. Knopfsinger rebounds. Outlet Kaufman. Archbold one-on-one. Kaufman down. Running one-hander off glass. No good. Rebound Kramer. He's fouled by Meyer. Brian Meyer gets his second foul. Archbold's only been called for 2, but both are on Meyer. Mitch Gehrig about to check into the Archbold lineup. Tyke Bateson for Delta along with Josh Reckner, and for Archbold, Kurt Broadbeck re-enters. Delaney and Meyer getting a breather. Here's Paul Cruz coming in for the first time for Archbold, giving Aaron Kaufman a break. 12-11 Archbold, a minute 3 to go, first period. Full court Archbold pressure. Delta's had no problem with it so far. Inbounds bounce pass to Slagle. Right back over to Delgado, is a good ball handler. Ahead now for Kramer. Kramer on top for Reckner. Reckner picked up by Greaser. Right side bounce goes over to Bateson. Bateson looking inside now for Kramer. Can't find him. Still looking for him. He'll bounce it out front instead to Slagle. On the wing over to Reckner. Josh coming off career-high 9 last Friday against Wasion. He's bumped and fouled by Eric Greaser as he's tried to drive. First on Greaser, team's third. Panthers will inbound with 38 seconds left first period.
31, Eric Greaser, his second, team's third.
Ruben Delgado will inbound as quickly Aaron Kaufman checks back in, replacing Eric Greaser for Archbold. Delgado to inbound. Into the corner to Slagle. Brian looking around now on the wing. He'll lost the dribble. He needs a little help. Bounces it to Bates, and he'll bounce right back to Slagle in the corner. Outside now Delgado, 28 seconds. Down to the left side, Bates and open for three. Let's fly, won't go. Knopfsinger rebounds, outlet to Kaufman. Kaufman up the floor left side, Broadbeck. He'll fire a three on the way. It's short. Rebound, Knopfsinger had it slip out of his hands. Picked up by Bates and over down to Delgado with 12 seconds. Delgado crossover dribble down the lane to the hole, putting it up, rolls, no good with 6. Rebounded by Knopfsinger to Kaufman. 3, 2, 1, half court heave on the way, no good. End of a quarter, it's 12-11 Archbold. We'll be right back.
Whether you're thinking
Kiger Auction Sales and Service of Delta, Rick Kiger Auctioneer, phone 822-5590. First quarter numbers, Blue.
Archbold rebounded Delta 11-7. They had 4 turnovers. The Panthers 2. Archbold 4 of 12. Delta 5 of 13.
So neither team exactly lighting it up too much in that first quarter. Credit both teams with a good defensive effort. Slagle with the ball outside for Delta over to Oyer. Oyer down the middle, left side to Bateson. Delta trying to spread it out a little bit here, changing their offense a bit. Now Slagle has it up the middle, going to stop. 16-foot jumper, bounces no good. Delaney back in with a rebound for Archbold. To Kaufman, ahead to Cruz. Cruz will stop, nearly mishandled, gets it back. Kaufman's open, three-pointers airborne and good. Aaron Kaufman's first bucket at Archbold three-pointer. 15-11, Bluestreaks by 4 as Ruben Delgado brings it up for the Panthers. 5'11" senior, averaging 9.3 a game, gives it up now to Oyer. Oyer trying to penetrate, cut off by Cruz. Back out now to Slagle. Slagle over to Delgado. Delta very athletic. All of them can shoot the three. With the ball now, here's Oyer, knocked away by Cruz, but he was reaching in, and he'll be called for his first, team's 4th. So 57 seconds into quarter number 2. Archbold leads 15-11. 4th team foul against the Bluestreaks. Delgado inbounding now to Slagle. They'll give it right back up to Delgado, who's picked up by Kaufman out of the Archbold man-to-man. Bounce pass inside, little turnaround by Roth. Up no good, rebounded by Delaney. He'll outlet the ball to Kaufman. Up quickly comes Archbold. Right side Cruz, open three-pointer airborne, in and off with this one. Whistle, foul. Joe Delaney over the back of Nate Roth. Delaney picks up his first foul. 6:46 to go, first quarter, 15-11. Bluestreaks by 4. Panthers with the ball. Delgado to inbound. NWAL Wrestling meet Delta, heavy favorite, coming up tomorrow over at Montpelier. John Fryman will have a report for WMTR tomorrow night. Panthers, Eric Oyer coming up over the timeline, bouncing into the corner now to Slagle. Slagle to Roth. Roth starting a drive on Delaney now. Cut off, back outside Oyer. His three-point bomb on the way, up and good. Eric Oyer with 5. 15-14, Delta back to within a point. Kaufman to Gehrig, around to the left side. They swing it over to Cruz. Cruz lost the handle on the ball. He was going to try to flip it into Delaney. Went right off his hands into Slagle's. Left side Bateson. He's open for 3. Let's fly, and hits. Tyke Bateson gives Delta the lead by 2, 17-15. Panthers with 2 quick three-pointers here and a 6-point run. 17-15 Delta, 5:57 to go here in the first half. Here's Kaufman on top now for Gehrig. Kaufman running one-hander is off the mark, no good. Delta giving Archbold just 1 shot. Nate Roth with good position on the rebound. Crossover dribble. Delgado back out now to Roth. Roth over to Bateson. Bateson's 3 again, up and good again. Tyke Bateson back-to-back, and nobody picking him up. Timeout Archbold. It's a 30, 20-6, 15 Delta. We'll be right back.
Wasion 7.
Thanks, Martin. Tyke Bateson coming into the game, but it's 6 out of 18 three-pointers. He's hit back-to-back threes now, and of course Eric Oyer started the 9-point run with a 3. Bert Broadbeck back in for Archbold. Delta with a 9-point run. Here's a pass by Knopfsinger, deflected now. And Slagle tipped it away. It goes, is saved by, picked up in the corner. Jump shot on the way, no good by Delgado, but he's fouled by Kaufman. And Ruben Delgado will go to the line to shoot 2. We mentioned Delta had 9 threes against Wauseon. They can really spread you out.
I know they're 3 of 5 from the floor. They're spread with 3 threes, so that's the difference of the game right now in period number 2.
Tim Krause makes his first appearance for Archbold, 6'1" sophomore. Delgado free throw up and in. Delta leads 21-15. They've scored 10 straight points. 5:15 to go first half. Here's the second free one on the way. In and out with this one, rebounded by Knopfsinger. They'll give it up to Kaufman. Aaron Kaufman hit a 3 to give Archbold a 15-11 lead. Delta's since scored 10 in a row. Kaufman with it. And there's a bad pass inside and a foul. Delaney going over the back on the pass by Kaufman was intercepted. Delaney gets his second foul. All of a sudden, everything going wrong for the Bluestreaks. At the 5:03 mark, and it'll be a 1-1 for Delta. That's the 7th team foul on Archbold. Nate Roth will shoot the 1+1. Paul Cruz checks back into the Bluestreak lineup, and Joe Delaney with 2 fouls will sit down. Roth goes to the line right here. Nate only a 59% free thrower. Got it on the way, up and in. His 5th point. Delta's outscored Archbold 11-3 in the first 2:57 of quarter number 2. Panthers lead at 22-15. That's their 11th straight point. Roth trying to make it number 12 and does. 23-15 Delta. Curtis Kramer back into the Delta lineup now, replacing Brian Slagle. Delta with 3 threes here in the second quarter. They've got 4 in the half. Left side with the ball now, Eric Grieser for Archbold. Outside to Tim Krause, picked up Matt Vaughn back into the Delta lineup now. Kaufman outside Cruz, open for 3, lets fly, off the mark, rebound Delgado. Delta doing a terrific job of the boards, Archbold getting just 1 shot. Here's Delgado around to the left side. Hoyer with it, going to the hole, puts it up, whistle, offensive foul. He got it up and in, but he's called for the offensive foul as the official says Archbold's Chad Knopfsinger got there in time. 23-15. Brian Meyer comes back into the Archbold lineup, replacing Paul Cruz. As Aaron Kaufman brings the ball up the floor. Right side bounce goes over now to Eric Grieser. Grieser on top to Meyer. Meyer to Grieser. Top Kaufman, he'll let fly from 3, won't go again. Rebound battled for, tipped outside and goes off the foot of Matt Vaughn and out of bounds. Oh, they're going to give it to Delta. It was obviously off the Panthers, but we shall see. No, now they're going to change it. That's not going to make Mike Brickner very happy, even though it's probably the right call. Archbold will get it. And the Panther partisans unhappy about the change of the call. Outside Meyer with it now. Goes right side to Kaufman. Kaufman to Krause, deep in the right wing. 1 dribble, gives it up to Grieser. Grieser bouncing in Knopfsinger, little turnaround, way too hard off the glass. Rebound Oyer, he's fouled by Knopfsinger. Archbold's having a second quarter much like the third quarter they had last Saturday night against Tenora, and Delta's making them pay.
Yeah, they're just not getting anything done. They're 1 of 6 from the floor, and that was a 3, but Delta's got the rebounds. They got 3 threes from 3 of 5 from the floor, and things not just going too well for the Streaks right now.
Eric Hoyer with a 1-and-1. Delta leads 23-15. Free throw on the way, up and in. 6 point for Eric. Delta leads by 9, 24-15. Tyg Bateson and Brian Slagle check into the Delta lineup here. Nate Roth and Matt Vaughn will sit down. Eric Hoyer, 6-foot senior, averaging just under 10 points a ball game. Well-balanced scoring attack for Delta. Free throw up and in. Panthers now lead it by 10 as they've scored 14 unanswered points. Right side, Brian Meyer open for 3, and his is off. Gets his own rebound, up, in and out, no good. Rebound Kramer, and he's fouled by Knopfsinger. So Curtis Kramer will shoot the 1-1. Mitch Gehrig will check back into the Archbold lineup, replacing Chad Knopfsinger, who now also has 2 fouls. Curtis Kramer will shoot. 1-1, looking for his first points of the night. Big 6'8" junior for Delta. Was ill last weekend, did not play. Free throw up and in. Gets his first point. Only a 43% free throw shooter, but the Delta Panthers doing a good job at the charity stripe here. They've hit 5 out of 6 in the quarter. Second one up and in. Delta leads by 12, 27-15. It was 15-11 Archbold at 16 straight. Kaufman down the lane now to the hole. Whistle, he's fouled. Reaching foul is going to go against the Panthers. And Aaron Kaufman, who has the only Archbold bucket, a 3-pointer to open the second quarter. Archbold has not scored since. Curtis Kramer picks up his second. Kaufman free throw bounces and drops in. That ends the Delta run, but the Panthers had scored 16 straight points. Second toss here, board up and good. Delta 27, Archbold 17. As Nate Roth reports back into the Delta lineup for Curtis Kramer, who sits down with his second foul. Delta's hit 3 threes this quarter and also 7 out of 8 at the foul line. Bounce pass Slagle. Picked up by Meyer in backcourt now. Slagle brings it up and over the timeline. Looks for help, right side over to Nate Roth. Roth shoots it out front for Tyke Bateson. Bateson around to the left side, Delgado. Slapped away by Meyer, picked up by Delgado. Delgado into the corner, 3-pointer on the way. Slagle up and good. Brian Slagle gets the 3. 30-17, it's all Delta. Down the lane to the hole. Kaufman goes in, puts it up and good. Kaufman has all 7 Archbold points in the quarter. 30-19 Delta, 3:06 to play first half. As Delgado brings it up and over the timeline, around to the left side, Bateson. Side Hoyer gets around Greaser, puts it up, no good, draws the foul, and Brian Myers picked up his 3rd foul, I believe, for Archbold. So Brian Meyer with the 3rd personal foul. He'll leave as Kurt Broadbeck checks back in. And Archbold's going to take a timeout. 2:56 to go first half. Delta 30, Archbold 19. We'll be right back. Should win that one. Stryker would have the lead in the BBC. If North Central wins it, they win it outright. Our broadcast also brought to you in part tonight by Sun Family Pharmacy, locations in Wauseon, Delta, Napoleon, and Fayette. Eric Hoyer, free throw, up and good. Panthers doing the job from 3-point land and at the foul line. They have 4 3-pointers this quarter. And second free throw rolls off. 8 out of 10 at the line, though, even with that miss. 31-19. Greaser to the right side baseline. Cut off, swings it back out front for Broadbeck. High post Gehrig, left side over down to Tim Kraus driving. Pulls up 10-foot jumper at the side of the backboard. May have been partially blocked. Rebound loose, picked up by Slagle. Over to Delgado. Delgado, he'll stop, fire a long 3, and he'll drain it. Ruben Delgado, Delta's got 5 threes in the quarter. It's 34-19. Kaufman on top, over down to Kraus. 3-point bomb and away, off no good. Bateson tips the ball over to Hoyer now, and a whistle. He's going to call a timeout, a smart timeout. He was falling out of bounds. 22nd timeout for Delta. Panthers lead by 15. We'll be right back.
Buy a home in protection.
The Panthers have it as good a quarter as they probably had all year long.
They're 5 of 7 from the floor, and all 5 of them are threes. They're 9, 8 of 10 from the line. You can't do much better than that.
Slagle with it outside now. Great second quarter for Delta. With the ball right side, Delgado stops, jumper partially blocked, rebound inside. Roth will lay it up and in. Nate Roth, first 2-pointer of the quarter. Here's Kaufman the other way. Delta blowing Archbold out right now, 36-19. Cross court, Greaser on top for Kraus. Kraus bounces back over to Greaser, starting a drive, pulls up in the wing with a jumper and got it. Eric Greaser gets his first bucket of the night. Delta 36, Archbold 21. Delgado inbounding now to Bateson. Bateson will give it right back to Delgado. Rubin's done a good job against the Archbold pressure. Panthers have handled the ball very well. They've played just an excellent first half. A great second quarter. Bateson with it now for Delta. Baseline around Gehrig to the hole, puts it up too hard. Rebound Kaufman for Archbold. He'll sprint up the floor with it. Right up the middle he comes. Left side over to Greaser. Goes in, pump fake, nothing doing. Back out Broadbeck. Three-point bomb off the mark. Rebounded by Nate Roth. Again, Delta holding Archbold to just one shot as they dominate the defensive board. Delta's only getting one shot, but that's all they need. They're dropping them for the most part. Outside, here's Oyer with it on the right wing. Baseline bounce goes in now. Bateson, he'll send it back out. Here's Roth for three. Got it. Nate Roth. 39-21 Delta. Well, the ball is Aaron Kaufman. Kaufman brings it up and over the timeline. Panther fans on their feet. Gehrig back outside to Kaufman. 39 seconds left. Kaufman on the drive. Swings over to Kraus, mishandled, pass deflected, picked up by Gehrig, puts it up, no good. Wesley walked with the ball. 32 seconds left. Matt Vaughn, Josh Rector into the Delta lineup. Eric Oyer and Brian Slagle sit down. What a second quarter for Delta. They've scored 28 points. Vaughn pass ahead now. Here's Rector coming up the floor. Swings over to Roth, goes in baseline, lays it up and in. The rout is on. Delta leads by 20. Archbold had a 15-11 lead in this game. Delta's outscored them 30-6 since that time. Here's the running one-hander put up by Kaufman. It rolls off. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Delta with 12 seconds to go. Reckner brings it up slowly now for the Panthers, who lead by 20. Bateson, long three. This one is no good. Rebound, whistle, 3 seconds to go, and a foul, I think, on Nate Roth over the back of Tim Kraus. With 3 seconds left, he'll shoot the 1-and-1. Actually took that shot about 3 seconds quicker than Coach Mike Brickner would have liked right there. Hoyer and Slagle back in as Roth sits down, along with Oyer. What a second quarter for Delta. 29 second quarter points for the Panthers. Tim Kraus shoots 1-and-1. Delta with 30 second quarter points, that's all. Free throw up, no good. Rebound Broadbeck back up, no good, as there's still 1 second left on the clock. All Delta here in the second quarter. The Panthers have a 20-point lead as we get ready for intermission. They won't get a shot off. Time expires, but Delta's taking a 41-21 lead into the locker room at halftime. Stick around. We'll be back with a look at our first half statistics, individual scoring, and more. Wasion coming up with a big second quarter there, apparently. Stan Cruz will have a detailed rundown for us on that one. John Fryman on the Brian Evergreen game. Right here, it's all Delta, 41-21 over Archbold. Panthers with an incredible second quarter. They put 30 points on the board to 9 for Archbold. The Bluestreaks got the first bucket of the quarter, then were outscored 30-6 the rest of the way, including a 15-0 Delta run. Our broadcast also brought to you in part by the Delta Quick Stop. Main Street and Delta, stop in for all of your convenience needs. Again, Lou, when you're down 20 like this, you're not totally out of a ball game, but you can't try to get it all back in 2 or 3 minutes either. You just have to take your time, and we'll see if Archbold's able to do that and get back in it at the end of 3, where they might have a chance going into the fourth quarter.
It would be interesting to see when the last time Archbold did go up 30 points in 1 quarter. I mean, that had to be a few years back, but you got to do 10 and 10. That's the only thing you got a chance for right now. Bluestreaks down by 20. Delta just lighting it up there in period number 2. And ball knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to Archbold. Greaves will do the inbounding. Bluestreaks down by 20, 41-21. Kaufman inside Knopfsinger. Back to Greaser, his long 3 on the way. That rims out, no good. Rebound Panthers. It's been all Delta, and I mean all Delta. Slagle rips that one off to Vaughn. Hoyer holds high on the wing. Slagle turns down the 3, 17-footer on the way, up and in. Brian Slagle, point number 8. 43-21 Delta. Kaufman. Delaney holds high, ball knocked loose. It'll belong to the Bluestreaks. Tried to go low to Knopfsinger. 7:19 to go, period number 3. It's Delta 43, Archbold 21. Greaser in the corner turns down the 3, running one-hander. This one up and in. Eric Greaser gets his first second bucket of the night. He has 4, 43-23, 7:08 to go. Roth, hard baseline drive, lays it up and in. Nate Roth had 13 that first half. Every night we've seen Nate Roth. He's looking all-state potential there. Greaser, 16-footer, up and no good. Tip, no good. Knopfsinger offensive rebound, up and in. 45-25. Vaughn clears the line. Bounce pass inside, stolen away. Now it's Bluestreaks get it back. The ball looked like it was kicked. Coffin comes up with it for the Bluestreaks. Still 45-25. Delta by 20. Greaser on the wing. Has it knocked loose, gets it back. Knopfsinger, low post, turnaround one-hander up and in. Chad Knopfsinger with 6. 45-27. Oyer down. He drives all the way, lays it up and in. Oyer with 10.
I don't know why Archbold's pressing, Blue. Delta's handle it with ease.
Hard drive by Kaufman. He puts one up, no good, but he draws a foul. Now, Delta's just as quick as the Bluestreaks by far, so it's the press isn't going to do the Bluestreaks much good. We'll see if this was on the floor. I think it was. On the floor. Vaughn picks up his third. That's going to bring Curtis Kramer in. And Josh Reckner both into the Panther lineup. Delta by 20, 47-27. Broadbeck. High post Delaney, his 18-footer on the way, up and in. Joe Delaney with 6. 6 to go in the third, 47-29. Reckner. Greaser on him, and he's going to be called for a blocking foul. Wauseon Indian women last night, Larry, must have looked pretty good. The Wauseon girls last night.
Tremendous night, Blue. Got off to a great start, led by 21. Jam-packed crowd, and another terrific season for Brad Myers and Lady Indians.
The not too bad a team, though. Division III, they got a good chance. Reckner with it outside. Great girls game. Roth with it outside. Delta by 18. Delgado holds high. Low post inside. Turnaround, Kramer jump shot put up, no good. Ball loose on the floor. Still loose the floor in a jump ball situation. Going to stay with the Panthers. How good Wauseon? I mean, what, they've won 47 in a row now. The Indians 47, is it?
27 last year, 20 this year, 52 straight regular season wins.
It's going to be a little tougher probably for them in terms of Double-A, but they got a nice team.
You got to remember Division II last year, Blue. Elida won the Division II, lost once all year. That was to Wauseon, so they can do it.
Delgado, long bomb up, and it bounces in. Ruben Delgado gets a long 3. What a shot, 50-29. Kaufman drives in, has a knock loose. The Panthers with the ball, they lead by 21. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Kurt Broadbeck. His first team second, 5:11 to go in the third, Delta by 21.
Broadbeck, his first team second. The Delta lineup,
Oyer coming back in for the Panthers. It's been all Delta tonight. They have been tremendous. It's 6 threes in that second period. You can't do much better than that. Slagle outside. Looks for somebody. Kramer in the corner. Low post inside, short running, one-hander put up. Eric Oyer gets his 12th point. 52-29. Kaufman turns down the 3 for the Bluestreaks, drives all the way, running one-hander up, no good. Ripped off, good rebound by Brian Slagle. Ola Delgado. 4:35 to go in the third. It's Delta 52, Archbold 29. Here's a steal by Kaufman. He drives all the way, lays it up and in. Aaron Kaufman with 9. And Delta throws the ball away. We're going to have a timeout. 4:26 to go in the third. It's Archbold trailing by 21. It's Delta 52, Archbold 31. We'll be right back.
Running shop, Delta.
Jump shot put up and in. Brian Meyer for 2. He has 5. 52-33. Delta by 19. Slagle clears the timeline for the Panthers. 4:10 to go in the third. Delta by 19. Oyer holds high on the wing. He starts a baseline drive. Low post inside. Delgado has a knock loose. It'll stay with the Panthers at the 4:03 mark. Tournament action coming up before long. Delgado way outside. Roth holds high. Hoyer in the corner. Under 4 to go in the third. Delta by 19. Slagle. Roth on the wing, holds high. Inside, Delgado draws the double team. Turnaround one-hander, bounces no good. Rebound, Broadbeck. Long pass down, Cruz in the lineup for the Streaks. Coffin drives all the way, running one-hander up, no good, but he draws the foul. Coffin will be at the line to shoot a couple. Curtis Kramer picks up his third. That's going to bring Ty Bates, and Ty Bates, that came in that second quarter, drilled 2 threes. I mean, drilled them. Big second period for Delta. They scored 30 points. Coffin shooting a pair. Free throw up and in. 52-34, Delta by 18. 3:34 to go on the third. Tomorrow night we will be in Napoleon. Coffin second free throw, but Indians and Wildcats going at there. Boy, they played a few times in the last 50 years or so. Archbold trying to get full court pressure here. Bates into Hoyer. Hoyer clears the timeline easily, looks for somebody. Bates on the wing, turns down the 3, baseline drive, ball knocked loose, stolen away by the Bluestreaks. Coffin down for Archbold. He stops, flips to the corner, Cruz, his long 3 on the way, bounces no good. Tip Delgado, or tip by Delaney, no good. Let's see what the call is there. I believe a foul inside. Foul is on Eric Hoyer. You can't believe they're going to let him shoot 2. This had to be a tip. They are going to let him shoot 2, okay. Delaney at the line shooting a pair. Free throw, front of the rim, no good. Still 52-35, Delta by 17. 3:12 to go in the third. Delaney second free throw up and in. Joe with 7, 52-36, Panthers by 16. Archbold full court pressure. Delta inbounds pass, Roth with it. Hasn't cleared the timeline yet, now gets it ahead. Still Delgado drives all the way, flips Slagle, his long 3 on the way, up and in. Brian Slagle, what's that, about 9 threes for the Panthers. 55-36, Delta by 19. Low post inside, pass knocked loose, stolen away by Bateson. Good defensive play that time by Ty Bateson to Delgado. Delgado penetrates his running one-hander up, no good, and he's fouled on the way up. Ruben Delgado's going to be at the line to shoot a couple. I think Delta has 9 threes. We got 2:36 to go in the third. Big night by the Panthers. We said they're an explosive team, and they've certainly proved it here tonight. Derek Freese into the Panther lineup. Delta with 9 seniors on their varsity, so this group's played quite a bit, and they've done a fine job for Mike Brickner so far this year. Delgado free throw up, no good. Chad Knopfsinger back into the Bluestreak lineup for Delaney. Okay, Greaser in for Brian Meyer. Delgado will have one more. He could give the Panthers a 20-point lead, and he doesn't. The ball knocked loose. Bates, an offensive rebound up and in. Ty Bateson all over the court. Boy, it's one of those nights for the Bluestreaks. Knopfsinger inside, running one-hander up and in. Knopfsinger with 8. 57-38, 2:20 to go in the third. Reckner clears the timeline. We saw him hit a couple threes last week. Reckner inside low, Bateson running one-hander up and in, he's fouled. Ty Bateson having a career night. He's averaging 3 a game. He's got 10 right now. Kurt Broadbeck picks up the foul. Bates is looking for a three-point play. It's Delta 59, Archbold 38. Who would have thunk it? Bateson hits it. That's 11 in the game for Bateson. 2:05 to go in the third. It's 60-38, Delta by 22. Kaufman drives all the way. His running one-hander up, no good, and he draws the foul. Exactly 2 to go in the third. Aaron Kaufman will be at the line to shoot a couple. Kaufman with 11 to the Bluestreaks 38, but I mean this game, fans, has been all Delta. Kaufman up and in. Does Delta have Evergreen tomorrow night? They'll give Evergreen off this one. They'll give Evergreen a good game. Kaufman with 5 in the period, 12 in the game. 6 in the period, 13 in the game. Excuse me, he's 4 of 4 from the line. 60-40, Delta by 20. Reckner backcourt for the Panthers. Reckner looks for somebody. Still looks. Bateson on the wing. Freeze high post back to Reckner. Bateson drives the line and he picks up the foul. Number 3 on Kurt Broadbeck. Team's 5th. 1:33 to go in the third. 60-40. Panthers by 20.
That's his 13th fifth. In the Bluestreaks lineup, Mitch Gary.
Chad Knopfsinger sits down. Mitch Garrigan, Tim Krause in. Ted Ashman also coming in. Delta's ball, 60-40. Panthers by 20. Reckner baseline. Looks for somebody and he steps on the line. It's going to be out of bounds to the Bluestreaks. Archbold shooting well this year. They're 7-11, but Delta's 8 of 10 with 2 threes. I mean, these teams are lighting it up. Ball knocked loose on the floor, stolen away by Delgado. Ruben Delgado giving Delta a fine senior year at the point. Pass inside, knocked loose, and Slagle draws a foul. He'll shoot 2. Brian, a fine free throw shooter. He's got 11 tonight.
At free throw line for Delta, Brian Slagle, 2 shots.
1:11 to go in the third. Delta by 20. Free throw won't go in. I bet you 10 cents he makes this one. What does he shoot from the line? Slagle? Slagle shoots about 80.
79% free throw shooter.
He made that one. He's got 6 in the period, 12 in the game. Chad Knopfsinger and Eric Grieser back in for the Bluestreaks. Delta by 21. 61-40. I thought it'd be a close one, but Delta has shown their superiority here tonight. Grieser clears the timeline. Bounce pass Ashman on the wing. He drives, can't get inside. Has it knocked loose. Going to stick with the Bluestreaks. The 59-second mark. Grieser will do the inbounding. It's a pass stolen away. Delta on the inbound. Steal. Delgado. Bateson got the steal to Delgado. 52 to go. Delgado, long 3 on the way. Who would think it? Up and in. Delgado with 12. 64-40. Delta by 24. Bounce pass inside. Loose on the floor. Panthers pick up the steal. Reckner, good quick hands by Josh Reckner. He drives all the way, running one-hander up, no good. Ashman rebounds for the Bluestreaks. 25 to go in the third. Archbold down 24. Grieser double team and throws it. No, it's off the hands of Slagle. Stick with the Bluestreaks. Aaron Kaufman coming back in for Archbold. Bluestreaks with the ball, trying to gain some degree of respectability here in third period. Tim Krause with it outside. Archbold trails by 24 with 10 seconds to go in the period. Inside Knopfsinger, he backs in, shot up, no good, and he is going to be called for going over the back, his third. with 4 seconds to go in the period. It'll be Delta's ball. They lead by 24. Pardon, 1-1 coming up, okay. Derek Freese will be at the line, the 6'3" senior. He's seen limited action for the Delta this year, but he's done a fine job whenever he's been in there. And boy, what a job the Panthers have done tonight. Freese at the line. His free throw bounces no good. Tipped way outside. No good. Kaufman with a rebound. End of the third period. Delta by 24. 64-40. We'll be back after this commercial timeout.
4-40, 8 minutes to play. Greaser inbounding. Delaney's back in. Little turnaround jumper up, no good. Tipped around. Rebounded by the Panthers. Delta's just been absolutely superb. Archbold led by a point at the end of the first quarter. Delta has totally dominated since. Running one enter Hoyer to baseline up, no good. Rebounded by Knopfsinger of Archbold. Outlet now to Kaufman. Bluestreaks in a hurry. Kaufman on the wing. Pass down low, he threw it away. With 7:33 to go, Panthers 64, Bluestreaks 40. Broadcast tonight also brought to you in part by Dr. Murdoch and his staff at the Delta Medical Center, as well as by Archbold Super Value. Pressure by Archbold. Delta's handled Archbold's pressure in backcourt with no problem. Matt Vaughn with the ball now. Left side, Ruben Delgado. Panthers just lighting it up here tonight. They have 10 three-pointers in the ball game. Baseline here is Hoyer with it. Back out Roth will try for 11. It's blocked by Delaney, though. Rebound Vaughn. Knocked away by Greaser. Picked up by Vaughn. Right side Delgado. Offensive foul. As the Panthers guilty of the turnover with 7:07 to go. Panthers 64, Bluestreaks 40. We thought this would be a very close game. We thought wrong. Delta has just dominated every aspect of it. Perhaps the best game of the year for Delta. We'll talk with Mike Brickner if the Panthers do win it. With 7 minutes to go and a 24-point lead, I like their chances as Archbold turns it over again. Vaughn the other way to reaching foul on Greaser. Matt Vaughn will go to the line with a 1-on-1. Panthers 64, Bluestreaks 40. Vaughn will shoot 1-and-1. Free throw on the way, won't go. Rebound deflects out of bounds. Last touch by Brian Slagle of the Panthers. So it'll go back over to the Bluestreaks. Will wind up their home season with a disappointing loss here tonight. Delta has just played a tremendous game. Meyer outside Kaufman. High post now. Delaney spins. Flips back out to Meyer, the Archbold freshman. Gives it up to Greaser. Greaser picked up by Vaughn. Starts to drive. Bounce pass down low. Kaufman goes in. Throws it up off the window, and it went in somehow. He was off balance, stumbling, but got it to fall. 64-42. Hoyer with the ball. Brings it up now for the green and white. He'll give it up to Slagle. Slagle back outside for Vaughn. Vaughn bouncing baseline, coming in now. Roth around a couple of guys, got a whistle. He's going to be called for a travel. Mike Brickner thought he was bumped, and it appeared that he may have been. At any rate, it'll be a Panther turnover. Been the only negative for Delta here, the turnovers in the second half. They only had 3 in the entire first half, but they do have 7 of them here in the second half. Greaser with the ball. Flips over on the left side. Kaufman's long bomb aerial on the way, won't go. Rebound other corner, run down by Meyer for Archbold. He'll let fly from long range, no good. Meyer rebounds baseline. Bouncing in, Knopfsinger lost it. Tied up now by Vaughn, and the alternate possession will go to Delta. Panthers 64, Bluestreaks 42 with 5:53 to go in the ball game. Complete Knopfsinger Pontiac GMC scoreboard coming up. Try to get an update from Martin Taylor here if we can get back with him shortly here in any kind of a break on an out-of-bounds play. Slagle with it now, though, for Delta. Get an update on that Patrick Henry Wasion game. Now whistle and a foul on Brian Meyer of Archbold. His 4th foul will be a 1-and-1 for Brian Slagle. Martin, we have an updated score on that Wasion Patrick Henry game.
And a third, Larry Patrick Henry, 46, Wasion, 34.
Okay, Patrick Henry's hit a run. How about North Central and Stryker?
Beginning the third quarter, Stryker 43, North Central 27.
Wow, Stryker, if they could hang on, that would be a huge win. North Central with a win would win the BBC outright, but Stryker would take the lead in the BBC with a win tonight against North Central. Slagle free throw up and in. Brian Slagle's had a big game, 13 points. His high this year is 16 on 3 different occasions. Greaser gets a breather as Broadbeck checks back in. Slagle lets fly with the second one, and Brian drops it. Good free throw shooter, as we mentioned, 79%. He's hit 3 out of 4. 66-42 Panthers. Right side, Broadbeck has it. Outside Kaufman, around to the left side, Joe Empsch. Tad Ashman in now. On the wing, Ashman sends it outside for Kaufman. Over to Broadbeck, three-pointer on the way, up and good. Kurt Broadbeck. 66-45, Archbold with their seniors out there once again. They started the ball game, did fine. They were 7-5 before they took them out. And then, boy, the roof caved in on Archbold in the second quarter as the Panthers just came alive. Matt Vaughn with it now, picked up by Ashman. Down the lane now, Vaughn tripped and a foul. It's going to be on Tad Ashman. It'll be a double bonus free throw attempt. Coming up here, Matt Vaughn, scoreless tonight. He got himself in early foul trouble as well. That's the first foul on Tad Ashman of Archbold. Matt Vaughn shoots a couple. Free throw airborne, bounces off, no good. 72% free throw shooter. Delta's got so many weapons, so many ways to hurt you, and Archbold's found a lot of them tonight.
Well, I say, well, you just give Delta all the credit, Larry. They've done everything offensively well. They played good defense. They've rebounded well, and they've done everything, and they deserve to be ahead like this.
Second free throw good. Other way now, Archbold comes down. Here's the miss by Kaufman on the hard drive. Put up and in by Joe Delaney. Only the 9th point tonight for Joe Delaney. 67-47. Delta by 20. 4:50 to play. Broadcast also brought to you in part by Sun Family Pharmacy with locations in Wasion, Delta, Napoleon, and Fayette. Here's Slagle down the lane. Coming in from the left side, lays it up and good. Archbold the other way now. Tad Ashman on the baseline. Flips into the lane. Joe Delaney's 10-foot runner, up and good. 11 points for Delaney, 69-49 Delta. 4:25 to go in our ball game. For the ball right side, Vaughn goes over to Slagle. 20-point Panther lead. Back over to Oyer. Delta's final game tomorrow night against Evergreen. Archbold closes at North Central. Tuesday night, Delta will be in the Northview sectional. Outside Slagle for 3 and hits again. 19, that's a career high for Slagle. There's a pass stolen away by Slagle. Brian up the right side. Swings it out front now over to Vaughn. Vaughn. Roth goes in, 10-foot baseline jumper, blocked by Delaney. Rebound put back up by Roth. Rebound now as Roth and Broadbeck tie up. Alternate possession will go to Archbold. Aaron Kaufman will bring it up the floor now for the Bluestreaks. Panthers 72, Bluestreaks 49. On to the right side, here's a long 3 by Broadbeck, off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Slagle. For the Panthers with 3:26 to go. All Delta. On right side, gives it up now to Delgado. On top, Oyer has it. Oyer around baseline. Roth open for the jumper and drills it. 74-49 Delta. Kaufman the other way for Archbold to the right side, baseline, flips in now. Delaney, little spin move, turn around, up and good. 13 for Delaney, it's 74-51 Delta. Archbold will substitute a fresh 5. With 2:54 to go. Delta outside Roth, jump shot on the way from 17, no good. Here's the rebound by Vaughn, he'll lay it back up and in. 76-51 with 2:40 to play. Kaufman on the right side, swings over to Broadbeck. Broadbeck inside to Empsch. Empsch reverse lay it up and good. Joe Empsch. 76-53, 2:28 to play. Up the floor now comes Matt Vaughn. Spinning on Tad Ashman, left side pass going over now to Delgado. Delgado on top, Slagle has it. Slagle right side, Roth, pump fake, goes in, little short runner, up and good. Nate Roth again, he has 19. That ties his career high. 78-53, just over 2 minutes to play. Delta by 25, dominating since the second period. Here's Tad Ashman, double teamed in trouble, tied up, jump ball, and at possession to go to Delta. Fresh 5 for Archbold, fresh 5 for Delta coming in now. Both teams substituting. And the Panther fans on their feet saluting their kids, and the Archbold fans giving their seniors a nice hand as they leave the floor here tonight with 1:56 to go. Our broadcast also brought to you in part by Childress Collision, Main Street in Delta, offering complete collision repair, painting, and 24-hour towing. Hook up with us at 822-4848. Delta with the basketball now. Here's Casey Studer, Jeremy Lohman, Joe Pacer coming into the ball game here. With it outside now, Pacer got a whistle and a foul. Eric Greaser's checked back in along with Tim Krause, Mitch Gehrig, Paul Cruz, and Brian Meyer as the Archbold seniors sit down. Going to the foul line is Joe Pacer. He'll shoot 2 on the double bonus with 1:43 to go. John Gillen, I think I mentioned he was in there. Derek Freese, of course. Free throw on the way, up and in. Joe Pacer gets his first point. 79-53 Delta. Very impressive performance by the Panthers. Second one up good. Delta 80, Archbold 53. With it now outside, starting a drive, Tim Krause, 12-foot runner, bounces, no good. Rebound in the corner, run down by Pacer, double team, ball knocked away and out of bounds by Paul Cruz. So the Panthers will have it. Derek Freese will do the inbounding. Panthers trying to make it 2 in a row over the Bluestreaks. They beat Archbold at Delta last year. Ball tipped away, picked up by Pacer now. Goes left side. Here's a three-point bomb fired up. Short of the mark, no good by Casey Studer. To whistle inside, the ball goes out of bounds to Archbold. With 1:15 to go, the Bluestreaks have it. Hope you'll stay with us for the Knopfsinger Pontiac GMC scoreboard, hosted by Martin Taylor. Reports on the Patrick Henry Wassian and Evergreen Bryan games. Cruz spinning to the baseline, over to Krause. Couple of dribbles to the wing, back out front for Cruz, back over to Krause. He's open for 3, off the mark with a shot. Rebounded by Brian Meyer. Meyer lobs it outside now. Krause inside Gehrig. Little scoop shot, rolls off, no good. Rebound comes back outside. Archbold's Brian Meyer has it. Right side to Cruz. His three-pointer up and in. Paul Cruz gets his first bucket of the evening. Delta the other way now. Casey Studer with it. Bounce pass is kicked by Paul Cruz. With 34 seconds to go, Delta leads 80-56. Again, Archbold led 12-11 at the end of the first quarter. Since that time, Delta has just been unbelievable. They've scored 69 points over the last 3 quarters. Pass right side, here's Derek Freese, goes in, pump fake, short jumper up, no good. Rebound inside, put back up with the left hand, rolling and good. Jeremy Lohman gets the basket. 16 seconds to go, 82-56. Greaser will stop, fire a long 3, in and out with this one. Rebound tipped through a couple of hands, still loose. Picked up by Paul Cruz of Archbold. Bounce pass inside, knocked away by Derek Freese. With 3 seconds to go, it's 82-56. So only a final to be determined. Brian Myers, three-pointer on the way, no good. Buzzer sounds, it's all over. Delta 82, Archbold 56. We'll be back to recap the scoring, look at the statistics, and hear from Victoria's head coach Mike Brickner after this timeout.